recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I yield 3 minutes to the gentlelady from New Hampshire, Ms. Kuster.
The gentlelady from New Hampshire is recognized for 3 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you, Representative Ann Wagner, for your friendship and for your leadership, and thank you to my colleagues, Representative Maloney and Representative Scott and others. I'm so proud to join my colleagues here on the floor of the House today in passing this common sense bill to strengthen and protect victims of sex trafficking. This legislation would penalize individuals who knowingly host and sell advertisements for the commercial exploitation of minors and trafficking victims. Just last week, I hosted a roundtable in New Hampshire with advocates, prosecutors, and survivors who confirmed in harrowing detail that human trafficking is a crime that is being committed all too frequently across this country. It remains a serious problem both here and abroad. Recently, I was proud to reach across the aisle and work with my colleagues to lead a letter that all House women representatives sign in urging the Obama administration to push the United Nations Security Council to add Boko Haram to the al-Qaeda sanctions list following the abduction of nearly 300 schoolgirls threatened to be sold into sexual slavery by this terrorist group. Through this effort, we became a powerful voice against this horror and other instances of human trafficking taking place around the world. But both Democrats and Republicans in this House understand that we must work together to protect women, girls, boys, and men, to know that trafficking isn't just a political issue, it's a human issue. Contrary to popular belief, it's one that's happening right here in our backyard. Domestic child sex trafficking is a serious problem in the United States, with an estimated close to 300,000 American youth at risk of commercial sexual exploitation and trafficking. It's imperative that we help law enforcement to rescue domestic victims, to track down their exploiters, to provide additional tools to our prosecutors to treat trafficked minors as victims instead of criminals, and to ensure that these victims can access protective services. I applaud House leadership on both sides of the aisle for bringing forward these 5 bipartisan bills to the floor to prevent human trafficking and to provide support for victims both here and abroad. As a mother, I can't even imagine the pain and anguish that these families are going through as they fight to bring their loved ones back home. It's essential that we pass these bills today and do everything we can for Jasmine in New Hampshire and for victims all across this country to support our states' and country's efforts to eliminate human trafficking for good. Thank you again, Representative Scott, and I yield back the balance of my time, Madam Chair.